Hi, this is Kat with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a pair of earrings using the Pear Cut Pendants by Swarovski crystal. Now let's start by focusing on what these pendants really look like. Now if you'll take a look at my emerald right here, it has that nice beautiful flat facet on the front, but when you flip it over, it has a little point on the back, so you get all those beautiful facets that shine through that front sort of mirror-like surface. Now I'm going to bring in the crystal silver night so you can see a little bit of a different example because this one has a little bit of a backing to it. So in this one you can really again see that front flat piece right there, but when you flip it over, this one, like I said, has a little bit of a different back. It has all those beautiful facets, so you can really see that happening on this particular color. So this is the crystal silver night. But for my project here, I'm going to be using the emerald, but I do want to let you take a second to look at all the different color varieties we have. So the idea for today is that we're going to be using all three sizes in the same design because they fit so well together, and it's just going to be this beautiful glittering earring. So you can see that I do have a finished piece here. So this one, it's going to look very elegant and very drop-like, and I'm going to talk about how we can adjust that chain to sort of suit your needs. But this is going to be a beautiful shoulder duster, just really just focusing on letting all that shine and all that color come through. All right, so this is what we're going to be making. So to do that, we're going to be using a TierraCast earring post. I have a couple of my bullet clutch backs there. I have my three sizes all in the same color. Now you can do this where you change out the colors, which could actually be very pretty too. But I have those pear cut pendants right here. I have a little bit of chain, and one thing I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be using two different sizes of jump rings, and while they may look very similar, there's a reason as a designer I chose to do it this way. So we're going to be using 4mm 22 gauge jump rings and 5mm 21 gauge jump rings. Alright, so we're just going to need some basic tools for this. I have some flush cutters and a couple pairs of chain nose pliers, and I also have a ruler on hand, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Alright, so if you have everything ready to go, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to begin first by attaching the large pendant to the bottom of my length of chain here. Now again, I have a little bit of, my earring obviously isn't going to be quite this long, but this is a great project. If you do have just a little scrap of chain, you can use that particular chain as well. So very kind of a cool little idea there. Alright, so we're going to start and we're going to take that 5mm 21 gauge jump ring and just give it a nice big twist to open, slide it onto our pendant, and slide it onto the last link in our chain, and go ahead and close that up. Make sure it has a nice smooth closure. All right, now looking at this chain, it does look like it kind of twists and turns, which is what I wanted for this design because I really want this design to move, again, which is why I have it so long as I do. So what I want to start by focusing though is these are round links, but if you kind of start to adjust it a little bit, you'll notice that they are perpendicular links. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of work our way going around this chain. So I have my one pear pendant onto that bottom. And now what we're going to do, because we're moving to smaller pendants, I'm going to start using the 4mm 22 gauge because it's going to look a little bit closer to the size of my chain. So if I went with those bigger ones, it would just look maybe a bit too big and a bit too clunky. So I didn't want to do that. That's a choice, but I wanted to use a different size jump ring. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take one of those 422s and open that up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to the chain and I'm going to go to the second link here, which is where I don't have anything attached, and I'm going to go to the outside. You see how I'm moving to the outside of it, or it's actually rather the front side right there. So take that and you can go ahead and put on your pear. Now like I said, the pears do have a front and back, but you can really put it on however you like because this is going to be a nice tight little closure. And we want it to kind of sit in a really fun way that's going to have some movement to it. All right, I'm just making sure that has a nice closure. All right, so now we're just going to repeat that. And I'm going to take another one of my medium-sized pear pendants. And I'm going to go around again. So you can see that I put it on the front. And now I'm going to kind of flip that. There we go. Around the front. So now I'm going around the outside here, and I know my hand's in the way, hold on, around the outside. So you're just kind of stepping up as though your chain is a spiral staircase. All right, so giving that a nice good closure as well. There we go. All right, and we're going to repeat again with both of our small little pendants here. All right, let me see if I can kind of show you what's happening here. All right, so what we have is we have our first little pendant there that's on the front, and that second little pendant that's out there to the side. So you see this little third link right there where my nail is? We're going to go towards the back. So it might help you if you want to try to slip on that jump ring first and then kind of come in with your pliers. And then you know that you can just sort of add on your little pendant and you're all set to go. That might help as you're kind of finding this twist happen there. All right, and let's do it one more time. Let me make sure, there we go. Got to find the seam and give it a little twist. And again, I'm just going to set that down. And I'm going to find my little pendant there. So it's coming out on that side. So now we are going to go back to the front here. Does that make sense? So we kind of have it going around and around and around. So now I want my pendant to come out on this side. And like I said, if you kind of get lost, don't even worry about it. This is just a really fun little kind of technique that you can add just a little tiered earring to. And you can also space these out a little bit more. If you want to kind of skip a pendant, you can do that, but I love the kind of clustery look that this has. All right, so now the next step is to find out exactly how long you want your earring to be. Now you can add your earring hook right here for a little bit more of a classic look. It'll be just a nice little drop there, a nice little cluster earring. You can go, you know, just a little bit longer if you like, maybe like an inch or so. We're going to go about 1.75 inches. And I've actually counted out my links for me for the way that I want to do it, because once you find the link that you want, I recommend you make them absolutely consistent. So we are going to count out 19 links here. Let me flip everybody over. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So this is my 20th link that I'm going to pick up here. And this is the one that I'm going to cut off. There we go. Separate out my chain. And now, again, we're going to use one of those 422s because it's going to continue that nice sleek look towards the top. You can use a bigger jump ring or a stylized jump ring up here at the top if you'd like. I'm going for more of a hidden look. So again, that's why I wanted to use a thinner gauge of a jump ring and as small as I could get. All right, so that's it. That is how to make a pair of earrings using the Swarovski Pear cut pendants. And you can just see that it's really fun. They're really clustery. I just love the way it looks. And you can make these in all of these different colors and styles. So thanks so much for watching. If you're new to our YouTube channel here, be sure to hit that subscribe button below, and you can get everything you've seen here by heading over to Beadaholique.com.